Go.
And wink. There we go. Good evening. This is HNN, the Holotable News Network, because you're not even remotely close to around the clock Star Wars, Galaxy of Heroes, news, reactions, reviews, theory crafting, and more source. And we're the best at all those. We're just the best. I'm Faye34, your host, and today we're joined by my two now, three soon, distinguished co-hosts, Sir Georges. Welcome back.
Thank you, Faye. Good to be here.
It is. And the one and only Celiac Sarah, her of the great predictions.
Oh,
To have you.
hi, friends.
Yeah, I like that. That can be your hi, friends. It's a nice little tagline for you. I like it. And the long gone, ever missing Howie Wan should be joining us in a little bit too for a special episode. So, as always, we'll start the show with your HNN headline news. But today, that's a lie. First, I want to tell you about the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes fantasy draft that we're going to do at the end of the show. It's going to be similar to like a fantasy football draft, but we're each going to take select tunes and make 6 teams. We're going to go over all the specifics when we get there, but it should be fun. I didn't really think about what I'm going to do, so we're just going to wing the strategy. Everyone else is going to bow before me. It's going to be great. But so at the end of the episode, we're going to do that. We'll go over all the instructions at that time. As far as I know, no one else has really done something like this, so it should be fun. And then at the end, we'll pick up some teams, and we'll have you guys vote on who has the best team, and it should be good. Also, since we're not doing the news to start off here, I like looking at our stats of our show sometimes. So a special shout out to some of you that listen in all over parts of the world, including who's ever from Almaty, Kazakhstan. Thank you for listening to the show.
That's cool.
We appreciate you tuning in. You, along with everyone else listening, should join the best Galaxy of Heroes community in the world, or the galaxy, I guess I should say, on our Discord server. Check out the info in the episode description below. If I remember to put it in, I will. And if it's you, Mr. Kazakhstan, or Mrs., I should say, come, join us. All right, finally, on to the headlines. Unlike the last couple of shows, we do have some, and some nice ones as well. So sizable. Today we have 4 headlines. Number 1, Hero Poe, Hero of the Resistance, is coming tomorrow, or today as you're listening probably. Celiac Sarah, give us one of your patented, I haven't looked at it yet, reviews.
I haven't looked at it yet.
Perfect. We
No
expect
way.
nothing else.
I know. Okay, so Poe. He is Resistance Hero Poe. I'm kind of sad that they called him that, because I feel like it's the same as Finn, but you know.
Yeah, what did you think they were going to call
I like
him?
it.
I thought they were going to call him like Commander or General.
Got it. Oh, no, I see what you're saying now. I just assumed when they called Finn that they were going to call Poe that too, but
I did not. No, fine.
Howie, what's up?
Is Howie here?
How you guys doing?
Oh,
welcome,
Howie.
Sir. Off his snowy drive. He made it in time.
I survived.
Welcome to the live stream
frozen
atmosphere.
tundra has been conquered.
You say that, but we have a Canadian here too. So
Yeah.
Northern U.S. is no longer good enough
No.
to say.
Oh,
that
we're still further north than some of Canada, maybe.
That's true.
I don't know.
That's true. Yeah,
It's close enough. We'll call it a tie. At least I'll call it a tie for today.
Okay, fine.
I didn't have to drive 3 hours in it, or that probably works. All right, back to Sarah.
All right. Back
and
to Poe. Me and Poe. So his basic ability, flinching shot. All right. Looks kind of cool. Deal special damage to target enemy. If Resistance Hero Poe is inspired, the target enemy becomes vulnerable for 1 turn. Vulnerable will be critically hit if able. I find it kind of interesting that they put the if able in there. I don't think we've seen that before.
Yeah, because they do talk about like if they have critical hit immunity, it still won't override that. So I think that's what they're kind of getting at there. But
fair.
Yeah,
All right.
for future proofing, because
Yeah.
you know that whatever crazy stuff they might do in the future, now that nothing's off the table of what you can and can't do.
Right. Super critical hit immunity and those types of things are bound to happen at some time.
All right. So his first special, Optic Onslaught, also looks kind of cool. Deal special damage to target enemy and inflict daze and stagger for 2 turns if resistance hero Poe is inspired. He also inflicts 3 damage over time debuffs for 1 turn. Cool. I'm not wowed yet. I'm not wowed yet.
I hear you. Let's go through you do the whole thing. We'll see if the wow factor comes in.
Second special, Blaster Bravado. Deal special damage to target enemy and stun them for 2 turns. If resistance hero Poe is inspired, dispel all buffs on them and inflict buff immunity for 2 turns. This ability can't be evaded. Okay.
Are we getting there yet? A 2-turn stun or anything?
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Felt a little tingle.
A little bravado, perhaps.
Yeah. A little spark.
Oh, yeah. That goes with him nicely. Yes, I see.
So his unique Spark of Resistance is a Zeta. If all of Resistance hero Poe's allies are light side, enemies lose 5% protection whenever they lose a debuff. When inspired, allies deal damage to an enemy. They also deal bonus damage equal to 10% of the target's max health, which can't be evaded. If an enemy critically hits an inspired ally, all buffs are dispelled from that enemy at the end of the turn. If Resistance hero Poe is inspired when he uses a special ability during his turn, he can inspire another target resistance ally. Okay, now I'm on board with him.
Yeah, he's getting there. He's getting there.
I like
Yeah,
him.
I'm still not sold on
I'm not like in love with him. I don't think he's like gonna completely change the resistance faction or anything like that. But
he's not taking BB-8's place for you quite yet.
No one can take BB-8's place.
We'll see. He has great hair, though. He has great hair.
I know.
BB-8 you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sergi, fill us in. What are the middling thoughts on Poe?
The first thing I checked for was he's got all this stuff about the inspired, yet he cannot be inspired on his own.
Yes, I noticed that.
So you have to have, at least right now, Resistance hero Finn on the team, and have him go choose Poe as the ally to be inspired to get Poe to benefit from all this extra stuff. So I don't like that. Every character, when they've got something like this, give them a unique that does on their turn 20% chance to be inspired or something.
Something that could get it rolling for himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the things that was annoying about the Solo movie characters, was with the prepared, only a couple of them would prepare themselves, yet their whole kit was centered around the prepared. We'll see if it becomes an issue, but inspired is going to be different a little bit than prepared, because prepared, once you use it, it goes away. This new inspired, the character has to be critically hit 3 times, so it should last longer. So it shouldn't be as big a deal using these moves, since it doesn't do anything to count down from your 3 total every time you use a move or something like that.
Right. Yep.
So we'll see. But I dislike how he has to have an ally inspire him. That said, though, he's okay without having inspired. Like, he still has a stun move that can't be evaded, a daze and stagger move.
Has some dots.
Yeah. The unique will be interesting, too.
Yeah, that's where like the dots seem strange, but then when you add the unique in there, that's where if you take the damage over time, then you lose them, then you lose 15% protection on top of that, then that's a pretty sizable hit. Even if they cleanse it, they'll take that damage, because whenever they lose the debuff, it could cause some nice damage on there, which is why they clearly had to put if all of his allies are light side otherwise under Vader, you put on that some dots and they lose 6 of them. There goes 30%, and then they just get it right back, and next turn the same thing happens, etc. and so forth. So that would ramp up quickly. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Seems good, but there's things like days stagger. Other characters that were released 2-3 years ago have those on AoEs, and his is just a single target, and then you need to be inspired with the damage over time. But to bounce off what Sir G was saying on the Finn thing, it does kind of limit your options when you start a battle, because then it's almost like, hey, you have to do your turn swap with Poe, whereas like theory crafting wise, you might have wanted to do it with someone else, but Poe can't get his stuff going until you do that. So it limits your options. And I don't think in a good way. Sometimes that's fun to work with it that way. But I get it. I do think new Rey, when she comes in like 2027, we'll get to that. But there has to be maybe another couple ways, like maybe even just leader. They all start inspired or something like that. Howie, any Poe thoughts?
Not really. I've never been much of a Resistance user outside of the standard, so I don't see anything in new Finn or new Poe right now that's making me get all excited about this faction yet. So I then figure that it must be the synergy must be coming, or the next meta hopefully will be coming at some point whenever Rey comes out, because I don't see anything right now that's going to make me too excited right now.
I hear you. And Sarah, any last comments now that you've had some input, and is the spark there?
I think...
Do we have hope?
Do we have hope? I think we will see something with new Rey that's going, because, oh man, I feel like I can't say what I want to say without spoiling the movie.
Howie, have you seen Rise of Skywalker?
Indeed, I have.
I think we can, a month later, I think we're
okay.
I think we're on board with that, unless you guys disagree. We brought it up last episode that this episode we could say a couple things. Like, we're not going to go deep
I'm not going to give you the plot.
A couple smaller things I think we're good with.
All I was getting at is these Poe and Finn are obviously from Rise of Skywalker. New Rey will obviously be from Rise of Skywalker. They spend the majority of that movie together, so I think there will be something there with New Rey.
Yeah, that was as little of a spoiler alert as you could possibly. That was a lot of build up for they hang out together in the movie. You're just watching out for people. I appreciate that. That's way to have them in mind.
Thanks.
Hey, friends. Yeah. All right, and then developer insight. I looked over that and I forgot anything that it said. They still have General Kenobi as one of the synergy suggestions. Yeah. I mean, clearly that hopefully is a placeholder for someone else. Sir G, who would you put right now? You had all these people on all the Resistance team on Gear 13. What would be your 5? Would these 2 make the cut?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think that the new Resistance hero, Finn, works great with JTR. And because he's got a mass assist and an AoE, they both do well with exposes. And Poe, I'm not exactly sure if I'd put him, but with his Zeta, I think it would even help right now, because all the exposes, those do 20% health. Now they'll do 5% protection on top of that every time you hit an expose.
Yeah, and the 10% bonus damage if they're inspired or whatever too. So
right. Although the only 2 characters that can be inspired.
No.
Okay.
He can. Yeah, he can inspire other ones. Yep.
Yeah, it'll take some time, but yeah. So yeah, I think the new Resistance hero Finn is really good under JTR. And now I understand why they're saying Kenobi is synergy, because the crit immunity.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they can't be for 1 turn.
I think
hit again.
Yeah, it might even be 2.
But
so that's good.
Yeah.
It's there. He's there so that you can stop from losing inspired, basically.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
So this would actually be a good team of 5. Granted, you don't want to pull Kenobi from...
Right.
I don't think I would pull Kenobi.
But this is a good team they're suggesting.
I know, but it just seems weird to me.
Seeds for a good team.
I don't like mixing my factions when people.
It's just a 1-turn critically hit. Yeah, I'm with you, Sarah. I hear you.
I don't like it. I'm like that kid.
Sometimes it's fun. We've been so focused on factions for 2 years now. Like it used to be no factions, and then now it's been only factions. I'd be okay with it being like we get back to a little bit of a mix and match.
No, I'm that kid who doesn't
No.
I separate all my food on the plate. I don't want it touching. Like just
Yeah. Do you eat one of them first and then the other one, or can you like go back and forth between them? No. Okay. All right.
And I save my favorite for last. It's like
excellent. Yeah, that's very good. Then you should have R7 BB8 last.
Right.
Touche.
All right. There was also a small kit touch-up to Finn, and that was exactly what Sergi mentioned before. The only thing that changed now that wasn't there before is that when you select Poe, he becomes inspired when he uses his strength of will thing. So that was actually added to his kit, whereas before it wasn't in there because he wasn't out yet, and they didn't want to spoil it. So that's what we have on them. Again, same as last time. Look forward to using it in 3 to 6 months. I don't know. I guess the biggest thing is, would mid-tier whales whale on this? I don't think the answer is yes yet.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I don't think they have incentive to.
Yeah. We'll get there. All right. Number 2. There was a State of the Galaxy yesterday, which at one time in the game was like, oh man, we got a State of the Galaxy. We're going to talk about this for the whole time.
Used to have pictures.
Right? It was
it used to be like
importante.
And it used to be long.
Right? Yep.
Like it would take a minute to read.
So that's not what this is. So roll back what you think State of the Galaxy means, because now it's meh, but there was some news in it. I can start with I think.
Now it's every month though we get some kind of update.
Oh, the State of the Galaxy is monthly? I forget which one is which.
I
think every month they have something. Either
got it. Okay, all right. All right. I just need to remember that then. It's still seared in my head of like the not even the road ahead. State of the Galaxy was like once or twice a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's every month a State of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Unless they're gonna have a road ahead that time. Got
it. Thank you. Now remember that. That's important looking in that vision of it. Then it was fine. What I feel less fine about is the first thing you talked about, Galactic Legends, new type of character, a new type of event, a very different structure than previous entries, which we'll have to talk about. And over the next 2 months, they'll be gradually revealing the units that are required. In March, the last requirements will be revealed, and later the events will become playable. They will be 7-star unlocks. Hooray. But the end of March, they announced this in like November. That is bananas.
I'm kind of not surprised though. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised.
I'm surprised.
Really?
Like that's a long time.
I'm not.
I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I was pegging it to be like in between March and June that it would come.
So on the front end of yours.
One, they need to let people have time to see the movie and avoid spoiler territory.
Oh, like Sarah's like huge. I cannot believe she said that to people.
Super specific spoiler.
And then 2, they've got to give General Skywalker, time to breathe.
Yeah.
If this is going to be a new meta. So by March, people will be ready for a new meta. That makes sense for one of these characters to be Arena.
Yeah, that all tracks for me and works in their timeline of giving like metas 6 months or more, which is ridiculous. But man, this was by far like they have in-game assets for, you know, like how they look in Galactic Legends and stuff, which will probably change, but they've never had that 4 or 5 months before the character actually came out. That was where I guess I was coming from. They really reveal the kit in the end of January, or so they say. Have we ever had someone that had a kit revealed 2 months ahead of time?
It's already January 22nd.
Yeah, that's what it says. We'll by the end of the month.
Usually we have like 2 days.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's probably a middle ground there. 4 months and 2 days, or 1 day for Poe. You know what I mean? Like it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And not that they're the same level of character, but
yeah, this will be a big build up.
Yeah, so they're like they're clearly going to be meta, right? I can't even imagine that they would have them build up like this and then have General Skywalker still beat them easily.
Yeah, I still think there's going to be a new game mode that's going to come out with these.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like
Like
they're good for.
And they're saying new type of character.
yeah.
So like what? Like I understand new type of event, but new type of character.
Yeah.
They just mean
maybe
that
it just like has
Legend,
6
or...
zetas. I know I do. I think it's just like that Galactic Legend is the new type.
Is the new type? Okay.
The same way Epic Confrontation is.
All right.
Now we have had kit reveals early for raid characters. Because we get the kit, but then you have to work towards getting them.
That's true. Like Ki-Adi-Mundi, no one's going to have for a while, or Traya, no one had for several months.
Right.
All right, fine. It still feels like it's a long time to me. We're going to be doing this for
a long time.
Just talking about it. But I guess it works out for the show. Like the slow drip of stuff is like, all right, now we know where these ones. So.
A long time to speculate.
Yep. Everyone has to keep listening until March.
They've got 30 characters for each of them that they're going to slowly drip. You got this one you've got to work towards.
We'll get back to that. The only other thing they really was new was they announced to the like they brought up capital ships, that they were going to do capital ships. I think they said they were going to do it before the end of the year. Clearly that didn't happen. But in February, they're going to have the Raddus and the Finalizer, which are, to me, Holdo and Hux's ship.
Yeah, me too.
Anyone else disagree with that?
Yeah. No, I mean, yes, I agree.
I'm happy with that. That'll be really cool. They should make it Holdo, but maybe they'll do somebody else just to make it a new character.
Someone new, right? There's no one else that makes sense in game.
Right. Yeah, in game it would have to be
not for the Resistance. Yeah, you could make a case it could be one of the Kylos on First Order, hypothetically, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think it'll be Hux.
While you're on it, Howie, where do they fit in the game? Where does the Raddus and the Finalizer? Are they characters that they announce and no one can get for 6 months, like Malevolence type of thing? Are they going to be meta? Or are they just going to be like the first capital ships that are, you get them on a node and take and are fine?
I think they want to create a diverse meta. Whether they actually accomplish it, who knows? I mean, I think that is the goal with Negotiator and Malevolence, is that there's some sort of ability to play either or both. And that would be awesome if it would work out that way. But I would imagine it's going to be more of the same. Long grind, a lot of testing. See how the First Order ships or the Resistance ships go with it. But I think we'll still be stuck with this current meta for the first months of the new ships, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good. Bouncing off that, Sarah, what else do we need to add to the game? Because we don't really have enough First Order and Resistance ships to make a big difference. I mean, they have 3 to 5 each, but it's not a ton. Are they going to add some before then, during it?
I think you would have to, but then I'm also wondering who you would add.
Right? I mean, just generic
Yeah, like just
I
generic.
suppose there's the new
pilot?
Y-Wing. Yes,
Yeah.
about. Oh wait, that's Galactic Republic. I'm so dumb. I'm just used to seeing Rise of Skywalker, I guess, that it was.
Yeah, you'd have to add. Maybe we'll get some Knights of Ren.
They don't have ships, do they? Or do
No,
They
I don't
could.
know. They
they could. Like, there's no reason that they couldn't.
I mean,
It
they
would
do have to
make-
fly around space somehow, so I
Right?
guess
They're the ones
And
that follow the ship when they were hiding behind. So yes,
Yeah.
they have that one ship.
Mhm.
And I feel like Kylo's not like all about having them share his ship. So
Yeah, get your own.
yeah.
True. That's a.
I'm just trying to think of Resistance, but
I think Kylo had a new ship in the new
I
movie.
think I
Does that
agree.
go with Galactic Legend Kylo or Unmasked one there? Lots of things to be determined. That's all I'm getting at.
Yeah.
The
The new movie didn't really focus on any ship.
No, which is hilarious when you think of. I'm just gonna stop talking.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the ships you did see were ships that we already have.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Right?
No. I mean, Kylo's was new. He had a new issue.
Yeah, but I mean, like most of the
And
other
then
ones.
the Ren's ones had the ones that had like, it was almost like dirty exhaust behind them when it was coming. So, but no, you're right. There wasn't like we
Yeah.
have a new F-wing or something like that really stuck out.
Apparently, there were Sith TIE fighters where the solar panels on the side were triangles.
Got it? Yeah.
And then some of the Resistance used A-wings and Y-wings. So we could get, but we don't know who the pilots would be unless they went
Pilotless.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they could fit the new ones. I mean, all of that works out in their plan. That was all I got out of the State of the Galaxy. Like I said, not big. And then Poe stuff was the other thing. So we should hopefully continue to see more of those things shortly. And by the next time we have the show, we should be able to talk about Rey and Kylo, which would be nice. And then wait on it for 2 months. Anyway. All right. Then they did have a number 3, an update drop today. It's been a while, but new Poe tomorrow. And then today, as you're listening on podcast service of your choice, season 4, of they call it the Grand Arena, will be only 5 versus 5. I know that several of you are happy with no 3v3. But no ships,
Goodbye.
It's just them ground battles.
I'm cool with that.
And Sith feats.
I'm not cool with that.
Yeah.
Yes, those are awesome.
Yeah, they had like I enjoy the feats. I know some people are against
I
them,
don't like them at all. They're annoying.
There you go. That's like that guy. Like that
New
guy.
portraits.
I'm all about those portraits. I'd go for those
Me too.
more than the win. I think I have them all.
I got to go for the win. And if it detracts from the strategy, it's just annoying to sit there and see that I have to use Kylo or a First Order character to win 25 knockouts. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm in the, if I'm already like, I'm not going to get first, or like I've already have Kyber, or I'm not even remotely close to Kyber, then I will go for feats over the win. But if it's like I was doing super well, I would totally ignore them. You're right. I just haven't been doing. Yeah.
But if you're doing super well, you can't ignore them. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That can be the difference that between your ranking. If you are doing really well, that's unfortunately when you actually have to pay attention more to them.
Right.
And that's hard because I don't,
That's a good point.
It's going to alter your strategy. So, but I mean, I don't mind them that much. I do like that it gives you more.
I don't know. It looks like it pains you deeply.
I think it was
like this happened to you last time. Or
I just really like Grand Arena. I like the strategy behind it. I just wish it was just straight up pick your teams, strategize, and then battle it out, and then move on, and add feats into other areas like to raids or to these the different territory
That'd be
battles.
cool.
Yeah.
Do some ways like that to make those more fun. So when your relic squad gets wiped in the territory
Yeah.
battle, then you can go for some other little feat on the side for 1 GET token or something.
Survive like 1 hit from Droidica
Yep.
and light side TD
Yep.
and get to, as long as you get 1 in, you're good. All right. I still like him, but I hear what you're saying.
I love him.
That makes sense. I do have to comment though, because this killed me, that Grand Arena was supposed to start like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And it's like the time for it to start went by, and then they release a like, oh, oops, didn't start. We didn't communicate. It was the holidays' fault on MLK Day. Like you are past the window of blaming the holidays on January.
Apparently not.
No,
That like
not.
that. I mean, and it's not like it was. We just couldn't get out this whole new raid, or we couldn't do this huge thing. It was like literally all they had to do
Push start.
was like just write a 1 sentence that said, we will start Grand Arena on this instead of, and it wasn't, there were several comments on Reddit and on our Discord and stuff like that, like, hey, isn't this supposed to start? It just shows a direct lack of caring for the game after they're, as previously warned, if you listen to the show, they're going to take a month off. They took their month off and then some. And
I would like
blamed
a
it on the
month off.
holidays. And I'm not upset that they pushed Grand Arena back. I was just the
Yes.
audacity to blame the holidays on it.
I'm definitely happy it got pushed back.
Oh yeah, that's what some people, such as the one and only Howie, General Skywalker, today, did it happen? All 7
This
stars.
morning, I needed 5 stupid shards, and I needed that heroic Sith raid to end so I could get the last tokens I needed. Then I didn't have the right number of shards available in the shop, and then I refreshed 3 times and did not get it.
This
So
is
I went to
why I
bed
don't refresh.
I went to bed angry, and I woke up, and it was in there. 5 shards.
Oh, the 5 was available right away in the morning.
So I got it this morning, and now he's all set to go. So, ready to rock.
Up till like Relic 7 set to go already?
Not Relic 7.
Got it.
I think Relic 4.
Okay, all right. But
Yes.
Gear 13
Passable for my brackets and for my use. Better than
for sure.
Better than
For sure.
11. So ready to kick some Night Sister butt or something, whatever he'll be used for this round.
No, Relic 4, he can do anything, basically.
We'll see what he can do at Relic 3 come a few minutes from now.
All right.
Cool.
Good luck. And then we'll move along. Hyena Bomber is going to be farmable, or is now. I got some of that. It's on a single hard node, which used to be like, oh, that's the worst, but now it doesn't seem so bad. And importantly, is in there with another ship, Shard Currency, if you don't already have Jedi Counselor. Good ship. But it has stun cuffs and,
nice.
I would say more importantly, the Cheedak comms, the 4 of that.
Yeah.
That's a good node.
And 2 ships. That's
And
nice
2
shard
ships.
currency
right.
too. That's an easy win there.
Like that's a good node,
Buy
even
those
if you don't
Kairos.
need Hyena
Right.
Bomber.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So
How many of you are running Malevolence in Arena? Anyone?
No.
nope. I still need another like 13,000 to get them unlocked. Something.
So you have time to get Hyena up and running too.
Yeah, so that it's no hurry. I think I'm gonna do 1 refresh a day.
Mm-hmm.
And have it set. But great ship. I think we've talked about them before. The difference between a 5 and a 7-star Hyena Bomber is huge. It totally changes what that's at. And then they did have one bug fix that I truly cared about. Did any of you have this problem? Whenever you clicked on the first shipment after you restarted the game, it took forever to load, and you'd like click the button again, and then it would come up, and then you would go away because you clicked again on the spot. That was really annoying, but they fixed it, they said. I hope they actually fixed it. So did everyone have that problem?
I didn't notice that.
Oh, okay.
I noticed a number of folks saying it was laggy. I didn't notice it was that specifically, how you diagnosed it, that after restart in the I didn't notice that, but I did notice some lag on those buttons.
What do you mean by restart? Like restarting the game, or
when you first open the app?
Yeah.
When you tried to.
But I never closed the app. That's why I didn't have a problem.
When you open the app and you try to, either from the shard shop or normal shipments, try and pull up a piece of gear to buy, it will lag for 5 seconds.
I was having that not in the shop. I was having it in
when you pull up any gear sometimes.
I was pulling
it can do some of the other things. Yeah.
Through like the character nodes or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then that's where it was lagging for.
Yes. Anything that pulls up a piece of gear from your inventory, it would initially lag.
Yeah.
And you could accidentally click stuff while it's lagging.
Yeah, because I would click it again, and then all of a sudden I'd be on like Ahsoka when I was on Padme or something.
Yeah. You could accidentally buy stuff with trying to click away, and
all part of their plan, I'm sure. Yeah. Mine restarts for me 4 to 5 times a day. Like when I go do a different thing on my phone and you start it again.
Yeah.
It just restarts. It used to be way worse. Now it does it 4 to 5 times a day.
I only get it.
That's why.
After a update.
Wow. Yeah. No. I wish mine did that. I've had like 3 or 4 phones. Like and that's always been a thing for me.
Or I'm just in the game too much that it just doesn't time out.
Doesn't let you.
Yeah. I thought the bug you were going to mention was the Tusken damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know what you're talking about. Continue.
Can Tuskens damage?
Yeah, that's what they now apply.
They just
damage.
Sat there. They sat there and yelled.
They fixed the issue where Tusken Raider, the character,
above the head.
Tusken Raiders, Tusken ambush attack would only deal 50% more damage instead of the supposed to be 75%.
Oh,
good. Well, that's going to change my draft order a little.
How did they even? Yeah, that's is everyone else jotting this down because this ruined my strategy?
Yeah.
Damn it. All right.
Back to the drawing board.
I'm surprised they figured that one out, or who figured. Yeah,
who figured that one out?
Yes, and why would they take the time to figure
right? Of all the things, like they still don't have their undying loyalty thing fixed at all.
That's worse. Did you notice?
Oh, is it worse? That is the meta ship team has problems every single battle. Every battle, it's either it doesn't stack or they survive too long.
Mm-hmm.
How is that still a thing?
I now, for some different reason than what would normally cause it, trigger some bug with the unending loyalty where other characters that have it, they'll be invulnerable, can't die, and it'll last like 2 turns.
Oh, I haven't had 2 turns yet, so good to know it's even worse now. It's not really.
I've had it happen multiple times. I don't know how to replicate it, but it's.
Yeah, you're the bug guy. Get in on this. No, this is one they've known about forever. I mean, from the very first time it came out. All right, so fix that. And then the last news last week or week and a half ago, whatever it was, there was a dev Q&A, another disappointing one. The only thing I remember from it, they said that Poe was coming, and the rest was just all jibberty-jabberty stuff I didn't care about.
Yep.
But Sergi, I'm sure you brought like 9 things out of it that I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Do you have anything from that?
Let me pull it back up to try and jog my memory.
They had, what I remember, they were asked about new officer tools, which I found hilarious because they all had a different answer for it and they were not on the same page. And new assault battle tiers, which
got it.
Sergi loves.
Mm-hmm.
Assault battles are great.
They are.
You need to expand that feature, make more.
I just don't want to have to do them.
Yeah, they're so great. I would prefer they don't exist.
Yeah, I just want to sim them.
They continued with their message that 2020 is going to be all about content, new game modes, and new content at a quicker pace.
But like it's that type of stuff that they keep saying, or like you mentioned the assault battles, like, yeah, it's in the cards, or that's like everything is in process, but nothing is in process when everything is in process. That's just
yeah.
They mentioned someone had a question if Star Wars would see a blitz mode like Marvel Strike Force has.
I hope
Explain
not.
that. What is
It's
it?
the worst thing in the world.
It is the worst.
It's
It is the worst.
Legitimately hate it.
It's one of the reasons why I quit Marvel Strike Force.
I actually quit the other day. I can't.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's.
I meant to talk to you about it. Yeah, I tried to get back into it once I heard you played it.
Yeah,
and that game is too much of a time suck.
it is,
with
Blitz,
little reward.
And Blitz is part of that time suck.
More than Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, you have no idea.
Think of
Blitz.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Think of Blitz as a galactic war kind of thing, except that there isn't actually an end node. You can just keep going and the teams just keep getting harder, but you also earn character shards.
So you want to keep
so
going.
far, all that sounds great to me.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I want out of Galactic War.
It's great until you have a job.
No.
You know, that's
right.
No,
it's fun. It's fun at first.
Yeah.
It would be the great way to have the sandbox because the opponents are always harder than you.
That's what I was.
That would be good, but they tie it with like new character unlocks.
Yeah.
So if you want to get instead of a marquee, it would be you have to rank high in Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just to get all the achievements, the unlocks, just for participating in the mode, you have to do 50 battles, win 50 battles or something.
It's and like I usually
it's too many per day, is what.
Yeah, and like
Okay,
just to give you an idea, I usually would rank for a character unlock in between like top 20 and 50% or however it is they break it down, so fairly high, and I wasn't unlocking the character.
Yeah. And
so,
you had to spend hours to
do a lot of time and no real results out of it.
And every team you use, you can use it for free, quote unquote, the first time, and then it costs you like an energy refresh if you don't want to wait the 4-hour cooldown to use that team again.
2 hour.
Or was it 2 hour? I never know.
We had some events like that in Star Wars early on, didn't we? Where you could read characters and
they quickly got rid of it.
Oh yeah, it was not fun.
It's a huge time sink.
To compete in Blitz, they want you to get back to your phone every 2 hours.
Right.
To spend 30 minutes doing your whole roster of characters.
Oh, that's dumb.
Cycled through. Yeah, it's terrible.
All right. Now you unconvinced me. I just let the first part.
Never-ending galactic, an unending galactic war, no
on
limit.
Certain
just
days,
keep going until you
get a little bit more. Yeah.
And there are people that try to compete, to get a full unlock or get top 100, and they've got to do hundreds
just
of
nonstop.
battles.
Yeah, every 2 hours nonstop.
Same teams, same battles you're doing over and over, wasting all this time. It's horrible.
It's such a time sink.
So if Star Wars does it, they need to do it differently, which I'm sure they would, but they just need to change a lot if they're going to bring that type of game mode. Which the hint, I can't find it, but they hinted that specific type of game mode was coming.
And all I want is the sandbox, like you said. Like, let me pick two teams and let me fight them, and then test them. And that's the simplest on my device. No need to code it. Just let me do it on my device. Like, I just want to be able to test it, try things out, and maybe in the guild area, be able to test against your guild mates. But obviously, do that. It would be so easy to do. And I think that kind of never-ending content would be super helpful to low-end guilds, high-end guilds, everyone, just for fun.
That's my number one thing I've wanted for a long time.
It seems
totally
like the code would be easy. Like, it seems like the code already all exists. Just it's localized device stuff. So
when they add anything in the game, it's new tech that took them a millennia to make, and like a breakthrough in gaming that they also had in 1994 with Doom. So
it may snap the duct tape and chicken wire holding something together. So you don't want to mess with that.
Duct tape seems a little advanced, actually. I feel like that would work.
I use duct tape a lot.
You can do a lot with duct tape.
All right, that brings us to the I Love You, I Know segment. I know it's easy to get jaded by this game. There's a reason why we're still playing it 4 years later. So each show we like to talk about things that we enjoyed over the past week or two. We'll start with the longtime away guy. Howie, what's been good?
A couple things. I got my 7-star General Skywalker.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Never gets old
Yeah.
finishing a
That's
grind,
great.
whatever it might be. And that was obviously a grind of multiple levels.
Mhm.
And I already have the 501 clones at Relic from using them in other forms. So really happy to have that done. And I've been in semi-retirement a little bit, besides dailies and just kind of taking a break from the game. Have gone into a lower level guild to just have my guild shop open, and they were just going to take a run at the heroic Sith raid for the first time. So getting to walk with them through that and relive the joy and the agony of beating that, of trying to get enough JTRs to pull off phase 1. It was just kind of fun to have a bit of a nostalgic review of that with that group. So,
And you pulled it off.
they did it. They fought their way through, and I was able to obviously help a bit for in the middle phases, especially.
Did you
But
feel like you were Obi-Wan
Nice.
Kenobi and like you were shepherding them? And
I did. I let them grind through phase 1, and then I helped them through 2 and 3 quite a bit. And then phase 4, they had a good time, as we all know those days, just throwing everything at that last phase.
Getting your 200,000 per team and
64,000 with your third string Jedis, and just call it a day. So that was fun to see them so happy and getting those first Treya shards. Bit of nostalgia.
And you got some good rewards, I'm sure, out of
Yeah.
the Sith raid being at the top. So
The first one, not so much. We did 2, and the second one, I got much better. It's a couple full crafted pieces. So happy now.
that is good.
I
Like,
got one of those in 80.
yeah, I was like, that sounds actually more enjoyable than being in an end game guild for a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh yeah, look how good I am with this. And
I got, I do know that I got
wisdom.
the Sith Smiter Award before you did, Faye. So
Yeah,
Oh.
that still kills me.
bam.
Yeah, I'm with you. You can rub that in.
I got a
I've
portrait
gotten
and everything.
second a couple times.
No feet portraits. I got the Nihilist and whatever other one.
Yeah, guess who doesn't have it? Me. But like Sir G are taking it away all the time. Speaking of which, Sir G, what's been good?
What has been good is I took my First Order Executioner to R4.
Nice.
He's a ton of fun to play with.
I wanted to
He's
do
nice.
that.
And I got to use him in the phase 1 of the Sith raid for about 9 million.
With other First Order?
Yeah, First Order and Treya.
Nice.
Because Treya gives crit damage up and health steal so that all your team can heal back up.
Wait, Treya was on your team?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a cool team.
Who's the leader of that?
Kylo Ren Unmasked.
Okay. So Trey is along for the ride.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's all about using First Order Executioners special
Yep.
repeatedly on Nihilus. And at High Relic, they'll start out at 60, 80k.
Mm-hmm. And just ramp from there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So by the end, real quickly, you can get to 200, 300k
Nice.
hits. It's really fun. That guy was a lot of fun. And I messed with him in Galactic War and just one shot after one shot.
Mm-hmm.
It just goes back to back.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Like whack-a-mole.
And he'll be necessary for the Kylo, I'm sure. So I mean,
Yeah.
like, it seems like a fun
Hopefully.
and wise thing to do.
They need to go ahead and let us know some of the characters so that we don't feel guilty about gearing up random resistance and first
Well,
order.
they're gonna do it over 2 months, so
Real slow.
yeah, they're gonna release like words of the
Mhm.
kit of like
One ability at a time.
yeah,
Here's his
Here's
basic.
an anagram.
half
Oh.
of yes, yeah.
It'll be a puzzle. We haven't had a puzzle in a while.
Yeah, those were fun.
Yeah.
And the other thing I've enjoyed was the ship battles for Lightside GOTB. I had this one amazing one where, I was fighting the Thrawn Houndstooth impossible defeat team, but I just kept the unending loyalty. No, not the unending loyalty. The Galactic Republic buff that lets your capital ship go faster. What is that called? Whatever that was.
Yeah.
somehow I got it to just feed my capital ship tons of turn meter and was able to wipe out the enemy capital ship before he got to call in a single reinforcement.
Nice. Cool.
I don't know how to redo it.
I'm gonna say the Houndstooth. I certainly got destroyed by it the one time I had it. So
yeah.
And Sarah, what's been enjoyable? You've had lots of time now.
I know.
I saved you for the end.
We repeated our light side territory battle with the exact same. Not the exact same. We did better than the last round, which is awesome. We will hopefully pick up a star. We're on track to pick up a star. So
as long as you pull your weight.
Yeah, I've already pulled my weight. So everyone.
Okay. All right.
I think that's it. I haven't done anything new.
Wow. No. A flowery description. Excellent.
I know. I relic JTR.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll no, continue.
I also took Finn to gear 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's totally in there. She came back to him, whatever. And I'm gone for one episode. She brings him back, and now it's too late.
Yeah.
I
didn't enjoy that. I said that for all of you.
He's a great tank.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it hits hard too. So yeah, that was now my I love you. I know is that you got Finn up there.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed doing the Kiadamundi mission. I was this close. Django killed Shakti with like a full health with the stupid double hit thing, and I still got him down. Like when he was I killed him for the second time the next ship or the next battle, and then I got Reek down to like 20% health. And if he had killed Rex instead of Ark, I think I would have got it. But he killed Ark instead of Rex, and then Rex couldn't finish it. Even though I had like 3 turns left to do it. So it was close. I really enjoy the battle. I think it's well thought out. I think you need strategy. Even at that was I enjoy doing the battle. And now it's like, well, you got to wait a month.
Yeah.
And
I know.
I feel like I can get it 60 to 70% of the time right now. But I just like that one thing went poorly. If Shock had survived 100%, I would have beaten it. But I was like, are you kidding me? And whatever. So, but that's part of it. But, with the raid, for example, it goes so fast that, you didn't get this part. You're out of the top 10. Still dumb. But you get a shot again in 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Not in 30 days. So, and then I used JTR in light side TB, and one time got 4 out of 4.
Wow.
That was easy.
That was cool.
It was awesome.
I meant to ask you, what node did you use that in? The middle or the
middle? The middle.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. And
then
I have
no luck in the middle.
I only tried the middle. Well, then funny you say that. The next day I did it, and I couldn't get to Droideka in time, and totally blasted Ray. And it was over. So I got 0 out of 4. So it's a feast or famine thing. Like either you get through phase 1 and like all your turn meters ready and you have Illuminated Destiny ready for the next wave. Like I almost had that ready every single wave.
Mm-hmm.
And you start it and you go. Like that first time I did it, it was like, this is going to be consistent. I'm going to do this every time. And then the next day I was like, oh, well, that was a bust. So we'll keep that in mind. The That's No Moon segment is going to be the draft, so we'll get to that. But this time we have a lot of Discord Corner ones. Thank you all for submitting. We want to get to the draft. We're going to go fast, so we're lightning round editioning these. Some of them are worthy of their own That's No Moon, but we're just going to make it quickly. I'm going to
one-word responses.
Specifically, I like that. All right. Specifically call you out for one-word response. No. So, Sergi, for you, Ski Trooper, lots of R7, General Skywalker have come along, and ARC Trooper. What's the best non-General Skywalker counter to build, do you think, right now? Where would you spend it if you couldn't have Skywalker?
The best counter is Padme lead with Padme, Anakin, Jedi Knight Anakin, General Skywalker, not Skywalker, General Kenobi. Yeah, there you go. Grandmaster Yoda, and either Ahsoka or C-3PO or R2. The three can swap around, but Yoda really makes a difference. My favorite before was doing, because I didn't want to pull Yoda from a Jedi Knight Revan team. So before I have to fight, Padme leads with Ahsoka and Grandmaster Yoda, and I would lose sometimes just because of all the courage.
Yep.
And so that made me try testing it out, and it's a much higher win rate.
Answer the question. Wants to know, similarly, is Ahsoka a viable fifth member on the General Skywalker squad instead of ARC? And what downside does she bring? I've done a lot with that. She is certainly still a viable fifth option, and you will crush any other team with Ahsoka over ARC in any team other than General Skywalker. Even with a mirror match, though, you can still use Ahsoka. But the downside